one tells you what comes after you choose integrity. They talk about courage. They talk about strength. They don't talk about the quiet. If you've ever done the right thing and then found yourself alone with it, isolation doesn't arrive with slammed doors. It arrives with space. Conversations thin out. Invitations stop coming naturally. You're no longer at the center of anything. Not excluded, just no longer included. At first, I told myself I was imagining it. That people were busy, that life had shifted for everyone. But eventually, patterns become too clear to ignore. The warmth that once felt effortless now required initiation. The ease that once existed now came with hesitation. Nothing was hostile. Nothing was obvious. And that's what made it harder. You can't confront silence. You can't argue with distance. You can only sit inside it. Isolation forces a strange reckoning. Without constant interaction, you start hearing yourself more clearly. At first, that feels uncomfortable. There's no distraction from doubt. No social noise to blur the edges of your thoughts. You replay conversations, revisit decisions, question moments where you might have chosen differently. Not because you regret them, but because you're human. I remember evenings where the quiet felt heavier than any confrontation ever could. Because confrontation gives you shape. Silence gives you ambiguity. You start wondering if integrity made you rigid, if clarity made you difficult, if choosing yourself cost you more than you expected. And in that questioning, something else surfaces. You notice which relationships were built on proximity and which were built on truth. Proximity fades quickly once alignment shifts. Truth doesn't. But truth also doesn't rush to fill space. It waits. Isolation strips away performance. There's no one to impress. No one to convince. No one to explain yourself to. Just you, and the version of yourself you're becoming. That's when you find out whether your choices were rooted in principle or approval. I learned that silence isn't always punishment. Sometimes it's clarification. It shows you who was walking beside you and who is walking with what you provided. That realization stings, but it also frees. Because once you stop trying to re-enter spaces that quietly closed, you gain room to stand more honestly. I didn't rush to fill the quiet. I didn't seek replacement validation. I just stayed. And staying there, without numbing, without hardening, taught me something unexpected. Isolation doesn't mean you're wrong. Sometimes it means you've stepped out of a current that wasn't meant to carry you forever. If you're listening to this while sitting in a quiet you didn't choose, I won't rush you toward meaning. I'll just remind you of this: not all silence is absence. Some silence is space. And space, when you don't run from it, has a way of showing you what actually belongs with you as you keep walking. Imagine walking into a room after a long, loud party has ended. Cups still on the table, chairs slightly out of place, the air heavy with what just happened. No music, no voices, just the hum of electricity and your own footsteps. At first, the quiet feels wrong, too empty, too exposed. You half expect someone to come back in and restart the noise, but no one does. And slowly, you realize this quiet isn't awkward, it's honest. The party is over. The performance has ended. What's left is the space you actually have to live in. You can see what stayed, what was damaged, what needs attention. This is the quiet that follows. Not peace yet, not clarity yet, just space. And space, while uncomfortable, is the only place where something real can begin to take shape.